And we're live! Hi guys, it's Monday night. Welcome to Whiskey, Wine, and Writing. I am your host, Natasha, here with my co-host, E.L. Wicker. Say hi!
Hello, everybody.
And tonight we have the most awesome, and I'm seriously, he's awesome. We've been laughing so hard pre-show, which is why this is all discombobulated coming on. But we have SC, who everybody knows SC writes. Yes, he is a guy. Okay.
Let it go.
Query Kombat here with us tonight.
Hello, hi everyone. My icon should be a lot, not a blue man, but I don't. We have not figured out how to make that work. So.
No, he's part of the Blue Man Group. It's okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's actually my secret identity. I don't know how you figured it out.
So tonight, guys, we are talking Query Kombat, in general, queries, all that good stuff. And SC is one of 3 hosts of Query Kombat. So you have SC, you have Michael Anthony, and you have Michelle. And I always fear that I say her last name wrong. Is it Hawk?
I think it's Hawk.
Michelle, I'm so sorry if you're watching and we're butchering your name.
Yeah, she told me how to pronounce it, and I forgot. I'm really bad with names. I shouldn't be.
So this competition runs across all 3 of their blogs, and it's basically pitting queries head to head. So, SC, tell us a little bit about yourself to start, and then tell us a little bit about how Query Kombat came to be.
Ooh. So the haunted thing that started with Query Kombat is actually. Oh wait, I should tell you about myself first. My bad. So I first started writing YA fantasy, and then now I've tried writing this like adult fiction, contemporary kind of thing. So that's about me and my writing. I love art. I love writing. I love Chicago. Chicago's great. Other than that, so yeah, I'm not that much more interested. But for Query Kombat, it was actually really funny how it started. I love the story how it started. I did this critique competition type deal called Become an Agent on my blog. And when I did that, it was fun. It was like not an agent contest. But Michael Anthony emailed me with this idea. He's like, hey, I have this great idea for like a Mortal Kombat type contest that we can do. And I was wondering if you wanted to join and be part of it. So then we did that, and I was like, yeah, it's a great idea. Let me see if I can bring in someone else with it too. And then me and Michelle were friends on Agent Query Connect. And I was like, Michelle, you want in on it too? And she came in on it. And after that, it just got started, and it got hopefully better and better. First year was kind of, but it got better.
First year was kind of okay. So how many years has it been going on now?
This is a third year.
Okay. Yeah. So year 3, and there are a lot of judges this year. I'm actually one of them, but you know, you don't get to know who I am. Sorry, guys.
I know it.
I know you know. But yeah, so how, like, I know you guys go through a slush pile first when everybody submits, like, because you guys got how many submissions this year?
250, 260, 70, 80, something like that.
And then, but you close it off at that point, like you stop submissions at a certain point, right?
Yeah, that was actually interesting. This time we did it. Our submissions got considerably cut down because we made a new rule that if you were in an agent contest within the last year, you couldn't apply to Query Kombat. So that already took out it took out dozens and dozens of entries already. And then we just made it a whole entire day submission. So it wasn't like once we hit 250 we would stop it. It was you had the whole entire day to submit. But we still ended up around like 260, 250. I don't know the exact idea.
That's still a lot of slush to read through in the time you guys had. So I know there was a lot of people asking when they didn't make it, like why they didn't make it and things like that. But I don't think they understand how hard it is for you guys to go through each query and then have to kind of critique it and go through it. I mean, it's almost impossible to give feedback on all of them as much as you would want to.
Yeah, so that like that yeah, it was hard. Because it was like just so much slush and so little time. We tried giving back feedback through that KQ slush, the hashtag we started.
Hmm.
Um, but it was just like I tried doing it for every single one I saw, but it was impossible in the end because I just wasn't getting through the slush fast enough. Um,
Right. And it is on a time constraint because there are deadlines just like there is anything else in the publishing world.
yeah, yeah, it's just like our own self-imposed deadline.
What was the process? So did you have to read through all of those 250, 260 submissions?
Yeah, so that's the thing. We wouldn't have been able to. What we did is we split it up into three. So I went through and I was like, I tagged them, Michelle, Mike, SC, Michelle, Mike, SC, Michelle, Mike, SC. And that's how we split up the slush like that. And then we went through our own slush piles and made it into different categories. So like maybes, no, almost, yeses.
Yeah.
And once we decided on like our own slush, we're like, okay, we can look at other people's slush too. And so I looked at like Michelle and Mike's slush. I didn't really look at their no's. I think I glanced through them, but I read all of their maybes, all of their almost. So it was a lot of time, but it was as efficient as we could make it.
Definitely. So if you guys are just joining us, we are here with SC Wrights, who is one of 3 hosts of Query Kombat. If you have any questions regarding the competition or, queries in general, feel free to hashtag us at WWWriting on Twitter, and we will gladly ask and answer your questions live here on the air. So go ahead and do that.
Ooh, that's smart. I'm gonna do that too.
Well, we kind of learned the hard way that if people at us, like do the at Whiskey Brand Writing, yeah, it goes too fast, like with everybody else on our feed, so we just do the hashtag now because it makes life easier. And also, if you're not following SC Wrights, his Twitter is at SC_author. You should really go do that because he is absolutely amazing and just so much fun to know. So make sure you do that.
And follow them too.
We were dying on the pre-show just talking to him. It was really great. So it's a lot of fun. He's a really great guy.
Oh,
so it's a lot. It's always good to. I mean, I know that we've talked on Twitter and things like that, but it's always so much different when you actually get to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
As opposed to just typing or texting or anything like that. So it's really cool.
I find it kind of varies when I don't, because I can't see the person, I don't know the person, how to speak or approach them. I find it really scary talking to people online, and I follow someone, and then if I don't interact for ages, I'll follow you because I'm scared.
Oh no, I just met somebody through my local writing chapter here. Like, she just moved down here, and she's like, I know nobody writing-wise, and I don't really know anybody writing-wise in my own neighborhood. So I was like, oh, hey, so now we're having coffee tomorrow night. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Very bonding.
I've never met her. I literally just started talking to her tonight. So if I wind up disappearing or something like that, you know what happened.
Wow. Yeah. You better email me the details. I'll come looking for you. I'll I would never do that. It's scary.
I know that I'm pretty much an extrovert. I'm the girl, and I was telling Essie this, I'm the girl who sticks her foot in her mouth because I just ramble and I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. It's okay. Whatever.
I just sent an email to you that basically gave away who I was. And thank you so much for deleting that.
Honestly, I didn't even look at it because I have Gmail, so it was like when I opened it, it collapses everything. Yeah. And so when I saw it, you had already sent me the next one. So I just clicked on the little dot above it and deleted that one before I could even see it because I'm like, I don't even want to be tempted. I don't want to know.
Thank you so much. You are an amazing
person. I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
Thank you so much.
So, regarding the slush, were there any repetitive problems that kind of gave it away that they were novice queryers? Anything you would say for people to watch out for regarding the slush pile that was, you kind of just saw that they need to work on a little bit or get rid of in their query altogether?
Yeah, so that's the weird thing about the slush pile for contests. It's very different than what agents will see. It's kind of like when you look at the people who are going to be looking at agent blogs or looking at writing blogs to find out about what to do on their query. and then agents are writing about like don't make a million pay word book or don't like have your book sent to me unrevised. The people who are reading those posts are the types of people who won't do that in the first place. So it's kind of like preaching to a completely different audience than who is it. It's meant to be. The million word people are not going to be reading agent blogs and not doing their homework. And that's the same thing like Query Kombat Slush. Everyone has done their homework. Or basically, the only homework that wasn't done was a lot of just like not following formatting or like genre. Not the genre is like young adult, like that's not a genre.
No, no. And I think we've actually talked about that, guys. You need to kind of know the difference between a genre and a target audience. The target audience is your age range, which is your young adult, your new adult, your adult, your middle grade, your picture books. Those are your your genre is whether it's contemporary, science fiction, romance. Those are your genres. So make sure you know the difference between your age, your target audience, and your genres.
Okay.
So.
Did you find there were a lot of manuscripts that came through with multiple genres on there, like a bit confused?
Like they didn't know, like they were confused on the genre, like they mentioned the genre, but it didn't really seem like that genre.
Like where they list more than one, they list several, so like romance, thriller, suspense, sci-fi, you know, all bundled together in one go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Were we not able to hear you before?
I don't know, because like something happened and then my internet sucks shit.
Oh, God.
I'm early ringing this episode because I can't hear anything, so if I have a blank...
I just thought he went quiet for a minute. I didn't realize he was talking and we couldn't hear him, but, you know, it's Hangouts. We always have a problem with Hangouts. It's okay. But, basically asking, though, was there anybody who was mixed up on the actual genre? Like, maybe they said it was sci-fi, but it was more fantasy, or maybe they were putting in multiple genres within their query, and was that a problem?
Yeah, no, like the genre is weird. This is the first year I really saw something weird with the genre, and I thought maybe we messed up in formatting, like, or giving directions or something, but the genre is really weird this time. I saw a lot of people just doing, like, young adult, but, like, the more understandable one is paranormal masquerading as sci-fi, or dystopian masquerading as sci-fi, or just stuff like that. That's understandable. But everything else was like, it was fine. Like the people had done their homework. They were all real, like, we think we're lying when we tell you, but they were all like generally very, very good, high quality queries until 50. Because that's the type
It must
of
have been
people
really
who-
hard then going through that slush to narrow it down.
Yeah. No, we got like weirdly used to it. It's all just trust your guts now. So it's like these people are probably gonna find agents later on. So I don't feel guilty about not picking them.
So once you had your picks, and you line them up, you put them on your blog, you're pitting these. You know, it's like an MMA fight or like Mortal Kombat. You're pitting these queries against each other for votes, and you know, I wish there was kind of a finishing move. I'm sorry, my husband has the new Mortal Kombat 10, and I keep watching him play, and I keep thinking, "Is finish him." Anyways, but so how did you decide which queries went head to head? Was it like a target age, or was it, you know, genre? What made you decide what to pit head to head?
It was all genre. It was all genre. That was the trouble with the first Query Kombat we did. We did it basically randomly. It was such a mess. It was like MGs against adult and different genres, and it really made no sense. But I think we fixed it this time. And we tried to make it as genre specific as possible. And I think we did a good job. We had a few entries that didn't work, and we're going to have more that won't work now that people are getting knocked out. It's going to get worse and worse.
Yeah, it really is. It's definitely even hard as a judge just to judge them, because some of them are just so close and so good, and you just want to send them all through damn it.
Just wait until the next round. They're gonna hate us. It's gonna be bad.
How many will survive? How many will there be left at the very end?
There will be one.
Out
There's
of
only one winner.
250 to 260, there's one winner.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's very.
Well, speaking of that, how many agents are participating this year?
Oh, that was awesome. We had 25 plus agents and editors that signed it and said yes. But we always have trouble with like people to say yes and yes they might forget or something. So I think we had 16, 17, 18 who actually showed up. I can't, let me look up the actual number. But at the end we had about 120 requests in total, which was awesome because last year we had 84.
Holy crap! And this,
I know.
I mean, well, round 2 just started today, right?
Yeah. Oh wow. I thought it was round 3. I'm horrible with math.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's round 2 just started today, yeah?
Yeah, it's round 2. I'm not a very good mathy person.
I'm terrible at math, it's okay. And then when I went back to school, I had to take 5 of them because it had been so long since I was in school. They're like, oh, you need to take remedial college math, but it doesn't count as math. And I'm like, what?
They should they need to like counting or like that's more important to me. Like I need to relearn.
I'm an English major. Tell me why I need 5 maths.
You can't.
Because soon in your life you'll need calculus-based physics to determine something.
No, negative, okay? I was ready to die by the end of it. I was like, I'm so over this. And when I finally took my last math, I was like, never again. I don't care. Never again. I'm terrible at math. Like,
I'm actually not bad at math, technically. But then when it comes to real
I'm terrible.
No, and I just checked, we had 25 actually agents and editors.
holy crap, 25 agents were in Query Kombat this year?
Yeah.
And that's not including ninja agents, right?
Yeah. Well, no, that's including them. Never mind.
Oh.
We have like a spreadsheet that we have that every single person or every single agent has, or that we just tracked every single one that gave. So it's including them.
That's awesome.
So Ashley has tweeted and she just wanted to say thanks to FC for everything that he does. I think it's lovely.
Aww.
No,
That is very nice, Ashley.
Wait, I didn't hear that. Well, I'm really bad at it.
we can't hear you.
Okay, there you go. So Ashley, she tweeted, the Become an Agent alum and the current Query Kombat combatant turning into hashtag WW Writing. Just wanted to say thanks for all you do at SC Authors. So she's thanking you for everything. You guys are amazing. And actually, speaking of that, to keep the contest running, there is a fundraiser going on Michelle's blog, which is michellefforlaughs.blogspot.com, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Please consider donating to that and helping keep it funded and letting Michelle do the work because she does a lot of work and she does a lot more contests than either me or Mike do.
So, and Michelle is she's so sweet and so much fun, and, you know, we actually have an article, which I probably should have pulled up, but I didn't. There's an article on Whiskey, Wine, and Writing from her, and I believe it was about queries at the time, too. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's an article from her, and she's really great, and I believe she does editing work as well, yes?
I think I remember. Let me make sure. Because I know she did it. I know she did it before. I just need to make sure she's still doing it.
Ah, okay. What were you saying?
I'm just going to the Whiskey, Wine and Writing website to try and find this post. Michelle.
It is there. It's under articles. It's probably a little bit back. So she's amazing like that. She found it that fast. By the way, guys, if I'm kind of like zoning or I'm not answering quite as fast, I'm sorry. That Suzanne had a thing tonight, so I am doing the social media. So I'm kind of like back and forth. My bad if I missed something. I don't
And I can't hear anything, so I'm stuck thinking.
I think it's funny that you two can't hear each other, but I hear you both just fine. So
Because you have that business Comcast, and that's why.
we're Comcast buddies. It's okay. So for people who don't know, though, describe what a ninja agent is.
Yeah, so ninja agents, so before we start contests, or when we're actually starting Plano, we send out invites to agents, and they're like, we're getting this contest, this date, would you like to join? And if they say yes or no, whatever. But when the actual contest comes, any agents that we haven't invited, because there's just so many agents out there, it's not possible to invite everyone, we're like, just come in, drop by, and put in a request, and then it works. That's our plan. That's the ninja.
That is the ninja agent. So, but that is awesome. I mean, the fact that you guys even go through this, and these participants are getting so much feedback on their queries, whether they go to the next round or not. Like, all the judges are giving feedback. I mean, because judges are assigned certain blogs, certain rounds, certain things.
Just like,
you sound very robotic right now. Like I can't understand you.
I don't know how to, there's like a storm outside, and my Wi-Fi has.
You're back.
Yay!
Sorry, there's like. I blame the weather.
You're fine. We've had blackouts on this show. We've had it to where there was one host left because my computer blue screened and all kinds of stuff. So don't worry about it. It's a live show. It happens. But but so the judges, though, they can do all three blogs. They're assigned certain ones, but they can do all three blogs. They can do different ones. But the point is that whatever they're assigned, whichever blogs they're assigned to, they are giving feedback on all of the queries. So, you know, everybody's getting feedback no matter what, whether they go to the next round or not. They're getting feedback on their query.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, definitely.
That's like, yeah. That's kind of what we're trying to do with contests right now, because like with Become an Agent and also Query Kombat. And I think we did it with Nightmare on Kearney Street as well, just giving back feedback on people who didn't make it. Something more to contests than just requests, because you can get requests in queries, you can get requests like that, but contests are really special because of the community that brings up against it on Twitter. And also we wanted to give back in terms of like just something tangible, like a critique and something to help your work further, even if you don't make it past round one, or if you don't get it into the agent round, or you don't get any agent requests.
I mean, it sounds really beneficial for the people that enter. It's not all about the end finish line. They're getting a community out of it, friends, critique parts of readers, and on things that they did. It's a really good opportunity for people.
Yeah, that's what we kept trying to like push during Query Kombat today too, or this year too. But I mean, it's really hard to like get that like wrap your mind around it, because if you're like a querying writer and you don't get it, obviously it's like not fun. And it's hard to think that we are saying all this stuff like, oh, it's about the community, or oh, you win no matter what. Like we're saying that just to say it, and it comes out that way. And it's hard not to think about it that like we're just trying to like baby the author, but it's not. It's this writing community has been the most important thing in my writing journey so far.
I agree. Mine. I'm totally going to agree with that, because I kind of came into the whole Twitter thing last year. I mean, I had Twitter, but I didn't really know how to use it, I guess, to benefit my writing career. And then I got on Agent Query Connect, and I found out all about like pitch wars and everything like that, and that's when I kind of started getting into the scene. And when I got into that community, I just learned so much, like so much. And then within a year, I wound up querying the agent that I signed with, Laura Bradford. I wound up signing with her in February. So that was, I didn't get into the original pitch wars.
Nope.
And then I wound up, and not even with the manuscript I entered into pitch wars, it was like a totally different manuscript, but, you know, everything I learned from being in that competition and not getting into that competition, I applied to my next manuscript to make it better.
Yeah.
And it worked.
That's like that's the most important thing. That's hopefully that's like our goal in contests, to make it more long term than just a request or two. And like the fact that you did it is like amazing, and like that's exactly what we hope people do. And it worked for you. You like got an agent. That's
Yeah. And if, honestly, I don't think if I would have went to Agent Query Connect, and if I hadn't met everybody there, and if I hadn't done pitch wars, and if I hadn't randomly picked up a drink with a friend and started whiskey, wine, and writing because we were so paranoid about the competition, I don't think I would have got that far. But and then when you don't get into competitions, I don't think the attitude to have is, oh my God, I suck. I think the attitude to have is, okay, how can I improve?
Yeah.
How can I make this work for me so that when I approach agents, it's going to work? Because I kind of think that when you don't get into a competition, that you can learn from that to how to make either your query stronger, or your first 250 stronger, or whatever, so that when you do query the agents, you've got a leg up from the competition still.
I recently wrote a post over on YAtopian, and it was called 10 months post pitch wars, and it basically said all about the people that I met along the way. Like you, Tasha, I didn't really immerse myself in you. You didn't spend much time talking to other writers. This post, 10 months post pitch wars, shows how far we've all come since that initial connection with pitch wars. So obviously, signed, the book's been in the charts. So it just shows all the things that you can gain from competition without winning.
Yeah. Like, what is winning? That's like the biggest question. Like, what is winning? Is it getting a request, or is it getting so much more?
I honestly think that I lucked out just by trying to participate in pitch wars, because I think if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have. It was a giant learning curve for me, and if I hadn't been open enough to taking those steps and learning what I didn't know, I definitely wouldn't be where I am. Because I think that is the part of competition that people need to realize. You need to be open to realizing that you need to learn something new and improve your stuff. Like, I didn't know half of what I thought I knew. I'm just saying. I still don't. Just I still don't know half of what I think I know.
Like that's the best thing, just realizing how much you don't know. Like, because when I started querying, I thought I knew everything. I hadn't even revised my book. I queried an unrevised 121,000 word YA epic fantasy to my top 10 agents, and I thought I knew everything. That's
Oh yeah. No, I really shouldn't have even tried to enter my original manuscript like into pitch wars or query it. Like I shouldn't have. I really shouldn't have.
Mine even had tense errors in it, and not a few. It was absolutely littered with them.
Here's the thing, though, is that from the original competition I entered, I got a web show. I met a bunch of great people. Like, that's how I met E.L. Wicker, and then we kind of became critique partners, and now we have a whole critique group that meets every Sunday on Skype, and we're just all really close knit. And if you look on the Query Kombat feed, guys, if you are participating in Query Kombat, you should be following the hashtag Query Kombat, because there are people there looking for critique partners, they're looking for swaps, they're looking for different things, and if you help each other out, you're going to wind up making some really great connections.
Yeah, I can only say if Natasha, Kathy, and Diana, the girls I met on the pitch wars, if they hadn't critiqued and line fractured them, never would have done it. Never in a million.
I call shenanigans on that.
Okay. It was tense errors and past and present tense mixed together.
Yeah, well, that's what critique partners are for, is pointing that stuff out. So, oh, holy crap, it's already 8:30, guys. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the What's Up With You segment, because I haven't had a chance to do it yet for Season 3, which makes me kind of sad. Because I like the What's Up With You segment, because all it is we ask what's up with you, whether it's writing related or not. Something good going on in your life, just let us know about it. So, SC, what's up with you?
So I started a new job, and it's fun, and it's in Chicago, and I love Chicago, so that's fun. I don't know, life.
Are we allowed to know what kind of job, or is this would this hinder the secret identity?
Okay, let's see. It is. How do I sort of like it's in a place I really like care about. So it's like social justice type kind of ish. Yeah.
So in other words, you're not giving away too much information because it would give away the secret identity.
It really wouldn't. I'm not famous in my real life. No one knows.
Oh, God. Well, hooray for the new job. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it's in Chicago, and that's the second time I almost knocked my wine off my desk. We're not going to talk about that. But
too much wine. Maybe you should have, because that might be too much wine.
yeah, no. Honestly, I barely touched it. So M, what's up with you?
I just booked my ticket to Vegas. Next year.
M is coming to the RT. I'm sorry, I'm allowed to call her M. You guys are not, but I'm just used to it, so I keep doing it. But she's coming to Vegas next year for the RT convention, so I get to meet her in person. So that makes me happy.
That's awesome. Are you coming all the way from England?
Yes, if you're coming all the way from England.
Yeah.
I think it's funny you guys can't hear each other. I'm like the translator.
You are. It's so bad.
It's a 12-hour flight, but there's no stopover, so it's direct into Nevada, so that's good.
See, if I were on a 12-hour flight, I would need to be really drunk because I don't like to fly.
Who says I want to
Be like, so, hey, whiskey over there. Come on, keep it coming, keep it coming. Yeah, no, I don't like to fly. So I'm going to be all kinds of paranoid.
And they said to me, will you be flying economy? I thought, why not? Yeah, I'll be flying.
Yeah, no, I've only ever flown first class once, and when I flew, that was to Dallas. But there was something wrong with the plane, so it was like a 4-hour delay, and the AC wasn't working right. So I guess because of that, they couldn't even pressurize the plane right. So we wound up flying at like half the altitude we were supposed to be flying at. So I'm like paranoid we're gonna crash.
I'm wondering if it's
12-hour flight.
And if you're scared.
If you have a 4-hour delay over a pressurization issue, isn't it time to get a new plane? That's my thought.
Cause for a lawsuit.
Right? I'm telling you. So yeah, okay, so now we're talking scary planes. It's okay. We're not trying to scare anybody. It's okay. But so as for me, not really much is going on right now. I'm still enjoying my summer. I start classes back in August, so I've been doing that. I finished the rough draft of my new work in progress, so I started edits today because I finished that last week.
Very good.
So I started edits today, and I'm really, really upset about the finale of Game of Thrones.
Holy
so
shit!
much.
Did you see that? But someone spoiled me about what might be happening, so I can like.
How could they be spoiling you about what's happening? The next book isn't even out.
I can't tell you.
Okay, no, tell me. I mean, we all have our theories.
But apparently it actually happens in the book.
We all have our theories about it.
I haven't read them.
What else?
I haven't read them.
Oh, I haven't read them either. I've just watched the show, and some of my friends have read them, though, and they're like, yeah, we're caught up now. And I think even George R.R. Martin is like, don't even yell at me about the show anymore, because it's basically going askew here. All they know is the ending, so I don't even know, but yeah.
Something happens, and it's in the books, and so I guess we're not technically caught up, because something does happen. Like, I haven't read the books, but a lot of people have, and they say, like, what happens. And apparently John...
Yes. Yeah, no, you can't do that. See what happens when you guys turn this live? It turns into Game of Thrones stuff. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
So.
Oh God.
So back to the queries. What draws your attention for a query? Like what really grabs you and makes you say, "Holy shit! This is I want this one."
It's always that first line, the first paragraph, and it's not even like it has to be a hook. It's about like how it's written, the voice, if it's smooth, if it just wants me to read more. A great hook is awesome. But the problem with hooks, and that subjectively for me, it might be different for other people, like the hooky first line in your 250 or in your query, it's always like, this person died and is about to jump off a cliff. And then it's like 2 paragraphs of just like dialogue and like description and stuff. It doesn't carry over. Like, the tension doesn't carry over to like literally the next sentence. People worry so much about the first sentence that they don't give that much attention to the next sentence. And if I see that, it's like very, very annoying to me. And it's a sign that like I'm like, I don't want to pick this one. But sometimes if it's still good, I'll just be like, this is annoying, but I like it. I accept you or whatever. But it's like a good overall carry for that thing. And for subjectively for me, I like YA, I like contemporary, I like deep, dark, like gritty subjects. And my friends know that, so they point me out towards them if I see them, if they see them in their slush. So it's really, really subjective. Really subjective.
Well, the whole industry is subjective, so.
Yeah.
But is there like a specific thing you're not into?
Don't say vampire.
She said don't say vampires.
No, like I saw a few good vampire entries too. As long as like it's creatively done. I'm kind of done with the whole let's hate vampires thing.
I don't think there is a reason to hate vampires. There are still really great vampire stories out there. I think it just, like any genre within the writing world, it got saturated, and everybody's trying to do it. It's not that they're bad, it's just that there's so many of them that it made it really hard for a while.
Yeah.
So, but is there like a specific trope or just a specific like story that you're tired of hearing, or?
Zoe had a lot of like just apocalyptic dystopian novels this time, and it was and kind of like royalty ones too. That was actually really interesting. It was a lot of just like we picked them, like they were nice and they did really well. But it was just like I've never seen this many just like royalty type deals with like contemporary royalty, like British crown. Cream, I don't know, whatever. I don't know how it works, but just like stories about like British royalty or fantasy, but like in the contemporary times, like a royalty, a queen who wants, or a princess,
like urban fantasy royals.
Yeah. Cool. And I like them. I actually like them.
But it was overloaded this time, really?
I don't think it was overloaded. I was really surprised to see them so much.
I'm surprised to hear any of them.
So we have a couple of comments from Sarah M at Apophany. Sorry if I said that wrong. She says, as the author, it's a lovely voice, but it's hashtag OITMB. No idea what that is.
Orange is the new black.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't hate me. I didn't get past the 4th episode of season 3.
It's okay. I'm missing the Blackhawks game for this.
It always comes back to sports. So
I don't even care about sports, so it's like, do I really mind that I'm missing this?
Orange is the New Black is on Netflix. You can watch it anytime you want, so it's not like you're stuck on a time for it. Like, not like it comes on at 9 o'clock. It comes on when you click Netflix.
Ooh, Bronwyn said she's on. Hi, Bronwyn.
And yeah, Bronwyn said, "Oh no, I'm late watching now." Hi, Bronwyn. It's nice to meet you guys.
Hello.
She's awesome. Bronwyn's the best.
You guys are all the best. I really don't think there's anybody. Well, okay, yeah, no, there are some people that are kind of cuckoo bananas that I've met. But for the most part, like, I'd say 98% of the writing community that I've met via Twitter are all pretty awesome. I mean, unfortunately, sometimes you get the people who kind of throw the dramatic fits and stuff like that. But I kind of think that's going to be anywhere and everywhere, not just in the writing community.
It's part of life.
So
SCC queries that came in, did you find that you're seeing the same manuscripts from maybe 6 months ago, even 8 months ago, different contests? Did you find there was a lot of repetition, or were there nice fresh entries this time?
do you mean like because they said that this time, if you've been in a competition within the past year, right, you couldn't enter that same manuscript. So you kind of like mean the same topics?
So it wasn't just if you got picked, it was that if you'd entered at all?
It was if you, so that was if you entered or if you got into the agent round. Only if you got like seen by agent in these contests, you wouldn't be in.
Okay, so if you made it to the agent round in any previous competition within the last year, then you weren't able to, then you weren't eligible to enter Query Kombat.
Yeah.
We thought it was a really, like, I was like hesitant, and for stupid reasons. I liked it. I liked the idea, and then I was like, wait, I don't like the idea, and then I liked the idea. But now I think that's like a really good idea, because we didn't see the same entries that we always see. Like I've seen this one, a few entries that have every Query Kombat, every Nightmare on Query. So it was just like really refreshing to see everything. I don't think I've seen one entry that.
So there was a lot of fresh manuscripts that you hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
So that's very cool.
That's
so I mean, were you guys? Was the whole, if you got into the agent round, was it so you could get some fresh manuscripts and it wasn't the same ones? Like, have you had a problem where you seen the same manuscripts come through again and again? Is that what kind of prompted this?
Yeah. So Mike and Michelle, we see a lot of the same manuscripts in Pitch Wars or other big contests, Writer's Voice, and they kind of just get filtered, and you see in like 1 year or like in the same time the same entry being in all these contests and being seen by the same. Because there's like a pool of agents, and these agents usually come to contests, and they come to like a lot of contests, in the same contests. So we wanted to give the agents something new to look at.
Yeah.
Very cool. And that's always cool.
It gives other people a chance as well, doesn't it? That that didn't get picked beforehand. A chance.
Yeah, it definitely gives new people a chance, I think. And it also, especially because some of the competitions do have like a numbered cutoff. Like, after they receive, X amount of entries, they cut it off. So for the people who are submitting the same manuscripts over and over again, this gives you the chance for the people who haven't been in before to get in. So I kind of think that's definitely good. Because I know some people don't, or they might schedule their stuff to go off, like if they have to work or, they have kids or whatever. So they might schedule their stuff to go off, but it doesn't always work. Like, I've seen that happen to people, and they're like, I didn't get in because my scheduled email or my scheduled whatever, it didn't work. Yeah, I've seen people get really frustrated with that. I can't blame them for that, though, but unfortunately it's technology, and technology, while it makes our life easier for the most part, also likes to screw us over.
We
all know this, and especially if you watch Whiskey, Wine, and Writing every week, you will find some sort of glitch every week. I'm
like
quite
mine
sure.
this week. I just raised my hand. I just raised my hand, and I realized you can't see me.
Okay, Blue Man Group. We have had people where there have been blackouts, and all of a sudden we lost our guests for like 10 minutes because their power went out, or like I said, my computer blue screen, and it was just me and my old co-host at the time. We didn't have a guest because every so often we would just do the two of us and kind of banter. And of course, so that was the day that my computer decided it was going to blue screen of death. And she's just there like, Yes, it makes our life easier, but it lives to embarrass us and screw us over too. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of glad I grew up in the 80s and 90s where my every, mistake was not documented. I'm kind of grateful for that. Social media and camera phones, No? Oh my God, I feel sorry
Imagine,
for you.
imagine college with that.
There's
Don't get me
another
wrong, I'm a late goer to college. I am going to college. But yeah, no, I'm just smarter than that because I'm older. So,
Whenever you're at like a party, no phones allowed.
yeah, no, I'd be terrified to be a kid. I'd be terrified to be a kid right now. Are you kidding me? So, do you have any tips or tricks or suggestions for people who are struggling with their queries or who are trying to give it that leg up? Like, do you have any suggestions?
Yeah. So we saw that a lot with like these revisions. I love these revisions that came in through, but a lot of them just lost their voice because they tried cramming in everything that revisions have said. And I know this is kind of weird. Like, of course, listen to everyone. You have to. You have to see what other people are saying. But at the end of it all, your voice and your gut has to be foremost and front and center. And you don't have to appeal to everyone. Literally, like that's not the point. Your query is not supposed to appeal to everyone. Find a few agents that you think will really love your work, or just find a query and write a query that really reflects your work for what it is, and make it voicey, make it you. And if people don't like it for subjective reasons, don't change it. It's you don't have to appeal to everyone. Don't sacrifice your voice for appealing to everyone. But that gets. Oh wait, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So like it's like you want to be careful to do that, but also to listen to people too, because it's a weird balance. But you end up knowing your gut what works for you.
Yeah.
But what were you saying?
Oh, I was just going to say that it's the same, like with beta readers and critique partners. Sometimes they make some really good suggestions and that can be changed, but other times you sort of look at it and think, well, if I change that, then that's really taking away from my character and it doesn't really sound like her anymore. So you have to know the balance of what to take away and what to put in.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know your book better than anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the same point, though, if you're getting, like, I don't know, the majority, like, if you're getting multiple critiques and you're seeing the same problem over and over again that everybody's pointing out to you, I'm not even going to say change it then. I'm going to say take it into consideration to potentially change it because obviously there's something going on there that people are noticing. So, I mean, if you've got two split decisions on the same area, go with your gut or get another opinion.
Yeah, because at our teach group we tend to find the same things, don't we? Like there'll be a sentence that doesn't sit right, but we'll all find it and say this needs changing. And if we all find it, we all say it needs changing, then there's clearly a problem with that.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is to be open to changing it, but knowing what to change and what not to change. Just because somebody says you should change it doesn't mean you have to change it, and doesn't mean you should change it. It's just knowing what's going to work to make it better. Like if it's a choppy sentence, that's not subjective. That's a choppy sentence. You need to fix that. So and that's the kind of things you need to know is, okay, this sentence isn't, I know what you're trying to say here, but this sentence isn't conveying it well. That's not subjective. That's concrete. The sentence is not saying what you want it to say. So you have to kind of learn what's subjective and what's not, because sometimes it is hard to tell. Sometimes it's very hard to tell.
And if everyone agrees that this one part is bad about your query, and you go with your gut and you're like, say, no, it's not, I'm going to keep it, you can't expect everyone to like that part then. You have to be okay with having the majority of your audience against what you have written. You can't suddenly be like, all right, this is my book, you have to like it. People, like whatever opinion people have of your writing, their opinion is right. Like, it is their opinion, you can't argue with that. You just have to be okay with their opinions.
You don't have to agree with their opinion, just don't lash out at it, please. Leave it alone. Move on.
That is not
So, but Don Allen at Miser Writer has joined us. She says, can you take critique revisions too far, like if it robs the work in progress of voice?
Definitely. That's huge. It's like a huge, huge, huge problem, and it really makes me sad whenever I see an amazing voiced query get like steamrollered into a perfect, quote unquote, perfect query, without any voice. It's you have to like. I think the best way to do it is just like completely just delete your whole entire query and write it again, and then you'll get your voice back. Oh, Mary Ann's coming in. Mary Ann, yeah, I love Mary Ann. Does she hear me? Hi, Mary Ann.
I think that when it comes to critiques, we always say in the group, take what you want to use, throw the rest away.
Yeah.
Just you will get a lot of suggestions and everything like that. And I think, like you said, the balance is finding if something is wrong to keep the voice and correct it or make it better or make it stronger, while keeping your voice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And also realizing that when you do throw away the critiques, you are also throwing away readers. And like that's okay. Like I don't think like you don't have to appeal. You're not supposed to appeal to every single person in the world. Like if you did, your book's like I don't know, Harry Potter or something.
Even then, I know people who don't like Harry Potter.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, it's like people like that exist in the world, and you have to like question humanity. But yes, I'm sorry, I'm a huge JK Rowling fan.
We have Kristen Hill in the feed saying sentences are not minivans.
Sentences are not minivans? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Sentences are not minivans. Oh, it's Kristen. Kristen's been my oldest friend. I've known her before I was even on Agent Query. Nice.
Well, there you go. There's everybody. Sentences are not minivans.
And that is another great thing about this community. You will make friends for life. Like, seriously. But just also be careful within this community because it is very small.
Yes.
So don't be one of those people who decides to start talking smack about another author and think it will get back to them. It will. Yeah, so no, it's be respectful and
it's a general rule of life.
It is the general rule of life, but apparently that's not the general rule taught to people. You would think it would be.
That's so true.
But it's kind of like I always say, common sense isn't very common these days. So neither is common courtesy. So
I know,
unfortunately, that's just the way it is.
Brains are like only everybody had one.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, but but anyways, back to happy topics.
Yeah, move on. You're morbid now.
The world sucks, and people need politeness.
Well, that's why you need books. Even if the world sucks, that's why you need books to get lost in them and enjoy them because they're amazing. So.
Yes.
So, holy crap! It's 8:53, so we're almost at the end of the hour. So, SC, is there anything we haven't touched on? Anything we didn't ask that you wanted to talk about? Something you just kind of want to put out there?
Oh yeah, yes. Can I just plug my Right Inclusively Pact super quick?
God, no, of course.
Fine, I'll leave.
Go ahead.
I have just hashtag Right Inclusively. It's pushing. We need diverse books just one step further into actual action. And hopefully, I'm gonna do like a newsletter, and I'm gonna like give tips and help people learn how to write more inclusively in terms of sexuality, gender, race, disability, everything. And I'm gonna need a lot of. And so if anyone wants to like guest blog for me and like talk about it, because I don't know everything about all these different systems and all these different identities. So that's where the guest blogging comes in, so I can learn from other people and I can like be a platform for other people too.
That would be awesome. So, guys, if you're looking to do a guest blog on diverse books, whether it be the characters, the platforms, the backgrounds, the settings, whatever it is, go over and talk to SC at SC_author. unless there's an email you want to give out. I don't know if you want to give it out publicly. If not, they can just hit you up on Twitter or go to his website, which is scwrites.blogspot.com, if I recall.
Yes.
And you can go there and get his contact information as well, and then do a guest blog on diverse books because they are important and we need them.
And also keep an eye on the hashtag Write Inclusively.
Yes, hashtag Write Inclusively.
Thank you.
So we'll put that when I write up the follow-up post for this that I'm going to post on the website. So if people missed it, they can go back. I'll put all the highlights and I'll put that in there as well for the Write Inclusively to make sure it's there.
And if you want to ask me anything else too, because I feel like I hope I haven't. Like I hope I've done it. Like,
well, you know, if you wanted to, you could also write a guest post for us in regards to this, so that we can kind of spread the word. So you could write a guest article, and we'll put that up this week. I mean, I'm still going to do the recap and put all the stuff in there, but if you want to do like a guest article on this whole topic, and then we can, you know, make sure we put that out there for you and keep pimping it out and making people aware.
Maybe on like the idea that your book doesn't have to appeal to everyone and like how to make a query. Ooh, that's cool. Awesome.
Whatever you want. I'm not picky, you know. You know, can't you tell how uptight I am? God. So,
once the camera
goes,
take that stick and try and beat me with it.
You guys are both crazy. It's been a lot of fun. But Bronwyn says everyone should sign up for SC Authors blog because, and hashtag Write Inclusively is a good thing. It sounds like a great thing. I need to know more about this, and SC now has. I have to give him like my personal email because I don't check the Whiskey Wine and Writing one as much as my personal one. Like, inform me, man. So, but
Bronwyn's amazing. She's awesome. Thank you so much, Bronwyn.
Bronwyn, it's awesome to meet you. I really haven't. I'm just living vicariously through SC. Okay. So we are at the end of the hour, though. I do want to thank you so much for being here at SC and talking Query Kombat and the new Write Inclusively, and which we are going to make sure we try to put out there for you and get people to talk about and all that good stuff. But it's been a lot of fun, and you are really great. Em, is there anything else you would like to say?
No, just thank you so much, Esty, for joining us tonight. It's been great fun getting Natasha to translate for me.
I don't know why you guys can't hear each other. That's so weird.
I don't know why. Maybe it's because we're like, you're actually geographically in the middle of us. So it's like,
I actually am. I'm like the middle person. I'm like the monkey in the middle. What the hell's going on here? And before anybody tries to take that offensively, that was actually a game from when we were kids. Okay, toss the ball over the head, monkey in the middle, try to keep it away.
In the middle over here.
But yeah, so no, it's been a lot of fun, and guys, I will have the recap up either tonight or tomorrow. If you have missed it, you can get us on YouTube. If you want to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Whiskey Wine Writing, that's even better. Give us a thumbs up, and just hit up SC on his blog or on Twitter, and we will talk to you next Monday. I believe we have Emmy Mears joining us on Urban Fantasy. So if you're an Urban Fantasy fan, feel free to join us while we talk Storm and Teacup and other stuff about the genre. Yeah. So have a great night. Write creatively, drink responsibly.
Thank you so much for having me. This was fun.
Oh, it's been so much fun having you, SC. So have a great night, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.